Welcome back. The eagerly anticipated debate between Vice President Kamala Harris and former President Donald Trump is just a few hours away now. Of course, we have Dr. Anna Singh with us from UTEP. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for being here again.
All right, Professor Singh, we have not seen you in a while. A lot of things have changed since. We have a new candidate that will be debating former President Donald Trump, Kamala Harris. She's not that new to the White House, obviously, but she hasn't had as much time to campaign as former President Donald Trump. Tell us, what can we expect? What could the candidates focus on in this debate? Maybe what are some of their strengths and their weaknesses?
If they are going to use their strength, and I'm going to start with Kamala Harris. So she knows, basically everybody knows that the person who can destroy Donald Trump is Donald Trump. So the strategy she should use is to let him speak. Let him speak, let him talk. He will start, using his insult and nicknames and all that stuff. And that doesn't really help his case because voters don't like that. They get turned off by this. So that's why she was pushing for, her campaign was pushing for open mic, so that they can catch him in those moments and all that. That's number one. Number two, she should split up with Joe Biden on policies. She say, hey, look, I am part of the administration, but I was just a vice president. If I become a president, I'm going to do this, 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 this. My economy policy is this. I'm going to cut taxes. And she's doing that. But she needs to reinforce that I am not Joe Biden, and my policies are going to be completely different, in completely different zone. Third, she needs to show that she's a growth-oriented candidate. Right now you're seeing her rivals are telling her, well, she's flip-flopping on issues like fracking and defunding of police, and she's changing her position. And that's why she has been telling everybody, my values have not changed. You see that she has been repeating that, my values have not changed. But what she needs to do, she needs to admit and say, hey, look, I have learned. I am not the same person I was 4 years ago. I have been on job for 4 years, and now I have learned and I have grown. And voters like those growth-oriented individuals and candidates rather than a candidate who thinks he or she is perfect in every way. Okay.
Well, let's talk about those voters and those people that might be on the fence between these two candidates. Do you think a lot of the rhetoric out there is true, where people could really be swayed by this debate? Do you think this debate could put one of these candidates significantly ahead?
Well, you saw what happened with Joe Biden's debate, right? I mean, we are not going to see something like that. But you have to realize that a lot of Americans do not know Kamala Harris. So this will be, in a way, her introduction. Even though she gave a speech and she appeared in DNC and all that, but most of the Americans do not know her background and all that, because the vice president is always in the shadow of the president. Right. And if Trump, you're talking about his strategy for Trump, he needs to talk about economy, because that's where Democrats are hurting right now. He'll say, hey, look at the inflation, look at your grocery bill, and next thing he can, or he should, if he is trying to, get on the best side, that border, just immigration issues he's gonna probably focus on also. He should, but I'm saying that nobody knows. Not even his staff, his advisors know how he's gonna act and what he's gonna talk about. But the strategy we are thinking they will use is that Trump will use these issues which may hurt Harris, and Harris will try to show that I am a new candidate. Even though I'm part of this administration, I'm just not the same person I am as a vice president. I'm going to do such and such thing as a president.
Well, Dr. Singh, thank you so much for being here. We really appreciate your expertise and your opinions and everything you bring. We are excited for tonight. Of course, you can catch that debate over on ABC, but you can catch pregame and postgame right here on NBC, and especially on our evening slated newscasts. We'll be right back.